What's going on, y'all, man? DJ Z-Nyce checking in for another TDT Top Down Talks, man. Episode number 12. And I got somebody special, man, like I always say. We got Lil D, Dorian Washington, and he worked with somebody major. None other than Static Major, as you can see behind me right here on this mural. So take a ride with us, man. TDT Top Down Talks, and let's ride through the city. Let's go. So, Lil D, man, we're going to talk a little bit about how you and Static Major linked up. We right here at Roots 101, the historic Roots 101, right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Static Major was definitely a major pivotal legend in our city, man. How did y'all link up?
I don't know exactly what year it was.
Okay.
But I was doing a story about Louisville artists. It was for Ozone magazine.
Ozone.
And I couldn't do the article about about Louisville without including, including Static.
Well, she was in the group Player.
Yeah. So I reached out to him, hit him up. From there, I said, bro, you missing out on money. So like, I started spitting my game. Like, bro, you missing money, bro. Like, what are you doing? So, because he been on a major all his life, so he never understood the concept of hustling. Like,
Shouts out Static Major.
So I put him up on the hustle side of the music business. So once he got a taste of the hustle side of the business, the bags of cash up front.
Yeah.
He like, oh, this is what it is?
Yeah, this is what we missing out on.
So once he seen that, he became my brother.
So what's some of the songs, man? I know like even in today's times, this is some of like people that have sampled some of the stuff and Player stuff. Can you name some of the newer songs? I mean, we did an event at the Gall House, and around that time, a song just came out. Maybe it was a Drake.
Jack Harlow, I think ESTG.
Yeah, shouts out Jack and ESTG.
Drake always use a song.
Yeah.
It's in probably once a month a song come out. I don't know all the names, but at least once a month a song come out.
Man, Static Major. I remember hearing Static Major. Shouts out to, I'm from 39th and Broadway, Valerie Ray, the Rays, and we was over, and she had to play a CD. And I was like, man, let me use this. So I took it home. I got a chance to just play and just take it all in. And I'm like, bro, they talking about where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? The Shawnee Park and all of that, you know what I'm saying? And then a little bit later on, once I knew they was, and then Lollipop came out. It was a crazy time for us. It's like when I'm in my prime of going outside.
Quick story though. When I first heard Lollipop, I'm like, man, that song ain't good. Because it wasn't Lil Wayne on it. Okay. It was Pleasure P.E. and somebody else on the song. Okay. I ain't like it. Yeah. So that was already stuck in my head from when Lil Wayne version came. So I'm like, I don't know about that song, and I was wrong.
Man, I feel like when that came, bro, I think what was like 2011?
2008.
8?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I was out 2008. I started DJing in 2009.
So they shot the video. He never saw the video. Okay. He died before the video even came out.
Damn.
They shot the video in February. He died in February.
So, man, bro. Shouts out to the GOAT, the legend, Static Major, man, as we right here in the Roots 101, man. TDT Top Down Talks, man. Somebody special. Shouts out. Lil D, Dorian Washington. We got my dog, man, Lil D, Lil D Washington, man. How you feeling today?
It's amazing, bro. I was wondering why I wasn't on this, but now I'm finally here. So.
Yeah, look, me and Lil D was at an event for West End Gym, and we was at the event. He seen me, he was like, hey, man, I like what you're doing. When am I gonna be on the show? I was like, man, it'll be an honor for you to be on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it'll be an honor for me to be on the show. I want to be on the show.
And I greatly appreciate it, bro.
I feel like this is a staple of the city now. Like, if you ain't on this, you ain't popping.
Man, hey, I greatly appreciate it. I just wanted this to be something for the city and for me to talk to people that I definitely admire. Somebody definitely like you, an executive. You've been in the music game for at least 3 decades, I feel like. Easy. We're going on 3.
A little over
3. A little over 3 decades, and you've been doing your thing, killing it, man. You work with some of the greats. Of course, one that's major in our city, Static Major, of course. But you definitely work with other artists, new artists that came out. One like, I remember getting Spiffy to go, and he was like, yo, we got to push this. Yeah. Or whatever. And then not really knowing, like, how's the push coming? Like, the record just came out of nowhere, and it just, like, took over. But I feel like when it comes to you and records, that's what happens. I get an email, and you be like, hey, this is what we doing, this is what we playing, and I hear it, I'm like, oh, he got an ear. So when did your ear for music start? How your love or passion for music start?
It started probably 85, I think, 85, 86. I think Michael Jackson, New Edition for sure is what kind of like made me want to do music. Like when I seen New Edition as like, in my mind, I appeared to be young kids doing it. I said, ooh, I got a shot. Okay. So, and one of my first records that I ever heard that made me fall in love with music was Prince, When Doves Cry. So,
you're a Prince fan.
I'm a Michael Jackson fan first, but I love Prince too. But Michael Jackson is
Jackson 5 Mike, off the wall Mike,
all
of it.
All of it. Like I'm one of them dudes that'll probably faint if I go to Chicago a lot and I still go by the Michael Jackson, like his family house. So I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan.
So what was one of the first records you got?
Off the Wall.
What, Mike, that was your first record that you ever got?
Yeah, Off the Wall.
Vinyl joint?
I think it was I'm not for sure. It might have been a 8-track.
Damn.
It might have been an 8-track.
My bad, I ain't mean to Kevin Hart you, dog. You feel me? He's an 8-track. Y'all don't know nothing about no 8-tracks. Y'all know about vinyls because they cool now.
45. It was either 45 or either an 8-track.
I'm gonna probably give it a 45, man. So the people don't necessarily know. We was talking a little bit earlier, but you said you're from Atlanta.
Yes.
And then you migrated here to Louisville. What brought you here to Louisville?
I was on tour and I met my wife, well, a young lady now who is my wife. I met her.
Okay.
And just fell in love and decided to stay here.
So Louisville, when you came to Louisville, did you feel like, man, you know, I could really make a name for myself in Louisville? Or did you feel like Louisville needed some oomph?
Nah, truthfully, to be honest with you, I was done with the music business because I felt like it wasn't going my way after having some success and no money. I was just like, okay, let me go somewhere where somebody don't know me. I'm gonna get a job and just chill. You know,
a job like what?
Like I was gonna work a regular job, and like, you know, I was embarrassed of being in the music business and them making no money. So I was like, here nobody knows me, so it's not an embarrassment of me not having nothing. So like, cool, I'm gonna be here. Got here, worked a job for like 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
30 minutes. It probably need 30 minutes.
TDT, y'all, that's the quickest job that I've ever heard somebody say they
work. It
probably
won't need 30, it was probably 15 minutes. I was working at Colgate, and the man like,
I was over in Indiana back in the day.
Yeah, the man was like, it's gonna be harder than this tomorrow. Good job, great job.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh no, it won't for me, because I ain't never really did hard labor in my life. So,
and to give y'all a little context, back then Colgate was a good job, y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You would be able to raise your family, made enough money, do what you need to do. So I understand you like, yeah, I'm gonna go get my bread over at Colgate. But after you quit, was you managing an artist at that point? Like,
no,
what was your
I wouldn't even really
back into the game though?
So my buddy from Atlanta, Leroy McMahon from Power Records, he like, D, you in Louisville? I'm like, yeah. He like, me and Sherelle will be there tonight. Sherelle is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. Hey, that's how I learned the days. I taught my kids today this week off that song, bro.
So he was like, pull up to the show. In my mind, I'm like, I ain't got no money to go no play. I don't know if he heard me because I said it to myself. He was like, come to the ticket booth. I got tickets for you there. They'll be waiting for you and your girl. And just wait for me after the show. Me and Sherelle gonna come out. So I went to the show, waited for him till he come out after the show. He said, hey man, let's go get something to eat. Mind you, me and my girl got a little raggedy car, and Sherelle's a big superstar. They like, we gonna ride with you. I'm like, oh man, now I'm embarrassed again.
Yeah, because you got that riding with you.
Man, they got in the car and was happy. We went to Denny's and got something to eat. He said, you live here now? I said, yeah, I live here. He said, I need your help with marketing and promotion here. I'm gonna give you $1,000 a month. Mind you, I ain't have $20. He peeled me out $1,000 right then and gave me the $1,000. And from there, a bright idea said, man, let me get this magazine. I think it was called Murder Dog.
Okay.
And I called everybody in the magazine.
Yo, Murder Dog and the Source. We gotta give y'all context, because I know some of y'all young, some of y'all older. The Murder Dog and the Source was in Vibe magazine. Yeah. You know, those was the magazines.
So I called every number. I said, hey, man, I live in Louisville. I can go out to retail stores, give me $1,000 a month. So people started doing that. Then Leroy called me back about a month later. He said, you live near Cincinnati, don't you? I said, yeah, you live near St. Louis and Indianapolis and Nashville. I said, yes. He said, I'm gonna give you $1,000 to go to those markets too a month. So now it's like $5,000, $6,000 a month for me to go somewhere, you know, for, 2 hours and run around to the retail stores.
And just what?
Give them posters, give them CDs, just let them know that Sherelle got a new album coming out and things like that.
So kind of like a street team.
Yes, exactly. Exactly what it was, street team. So I did that. And It just started. Then it transitioned to like other companies calling me from PlayStation to Sensibrill to this new company at the time was called UFC. They called me and said, "Hey man, we got this company."
You talking about UFC fight?
Yeah, they called me and said, "Hey, we starting this fight company. We need your help to help market it." They were like, "You think you can work with $120,000 a month?" I'm like, "Of course I can."
You talking about as on a street team to get the word out there, period? What forms of marketing was you using back then?
So I had wrap vehicles. I had with UFC gave me 5 wrap vehicles. Tahoes, Escalades, Suburban, things like that.
Just for you to drive around and promote their stuff?
Well, I placed them in different cities.
Okay.
I had one for myself, then I placed my guys in other cities. And I had to do like 15 top markets. So New York, Chicago, Boston, Atlanta, things like that. But they gave me 120 grand a month to do it.
How many months? Look, we ain't gonna start counting.
For years.
Yeah.
For years.
Look, we ain't counting, but that's dope stuff.
I didn't get to keep all the 120.
Right, you got to put it towards. You got to pay people. You got a team. You
that was the biggest account I had ever had, and that led to other accounts. So
other accounts because they already knew what type of work that you did or what you can.
You see how successful USC become. So it appears that I had, I played a small portion in that role of making that work. So other companies started calling, PlayStation, and Sensibrill, and like all kind of companies, like clothing companies, Machiavelli gear. I don't know if you remember Machiavelli gear.
Machiavelli.
FUBU.
Yeah.
Like all these people started calling me and asking me to do these things. G-Unit, when they first came out, Deshaun Carr, all that Reebok stuff, all that, they started calling. So it led to a lot of other things. And that's when I knew there was other money in music besides just music.
What's going on, guys? It's Corey, Good Vibes Garage, the official automotive enhancement supercenter of Top Down Talks. Back to the show.
So, I just rode past the Historic Club City, y'all, so I had to look if y'all just see me stop. But what I want to talk about is how you applied that to the music industry, though. I mean, I guess the same way as like, you getting the word out, but do you feel like those are bigger companies that have budget? But say like a artist or somebody, like you got to do the same thing to get your music out.
You got to do the exact same thing.
Right, as a bigger company.
You got to do the same thing as a Target, as a McDonald's. It's all marketing and promotion. It's all the same.
So in today's time, we were just talking a little bit earlier about like how the new artists like have radio, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really on the radio. They don't need the radio or whatever. Do you feel like they do or they don't? Or do you feel like they can still get out there, get traction?
Well, again, these are not my words, but the newer artists, they don't make radio songs. They don't make DJ songs.
Yeah.
And they making, some of these kids making $200,000 a night doing shows. So if you making $200,000 a night, $75,000 a night, $10,000 a night doing shows, and nobody's playing your music in the club or on the radio, in your head you start feeling like I don't need that anyway. So because I'm a millionaire from not having any of that. And then I think a lot of it too is just a lot of the time the older executives, older DJs are bashing these young kids. They just bashing them, basically telling them what they do is not real music. So if you got a bunch of elders telling you what you do is not real music, you don't even want to deal with none of it.
Yeah.
Instead of saying like, okay, in our time we had Kwame, and we had Kid and Play, and we had a lot of stuff that people per se didn't like. We didn't call them whack or say they weren't making good music. But these kids are creative, so they saying, oh, they ain't making good music because it's what a 40-year-old don't like, a 50-year-old don't like. Just because you don't like it, that don't mean it ain't good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we get caught up in.
Man, I feel like that I'll just be like more so amazed at how like, because I guess I'm a little older, 40, I ain't like the younger artists, how they can take off like that, because I'm so used to the radio, I'm so used to all them other things.
But it's not a quick takeoff. What most people, but by the time you see it, it feels like a quick takeoff. But it's been grinding. These kids been grinding for years. It's very rare that one person make one song tomorrow, then they famous.
Why they make it feel like that though?
Because I don't know, the internet does that.
And I got another question, man. Like I was looking at Rob 49 interview, and he was talking about, when I get to when I get to Breakfast Club, I feel like I made it and stuff like that. Do you feel like when you get with a major, they're gonna already push you through those avenues and outlets to get you?
No, the time changed. Just because you're on a major don't still mean you're gonna get on the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
All right, don't still mean you ain't nothing guaranteed. If you ain't hot, the Breakfast Club don't want you. Like if you ain't popping, B96 ain't gonna let you on the air.
Facts.
what most people don't realize, the radio sell commercials. They don't sell music. They want you to tune into the Hammer commercial, or the lawyer. I think that's whatever.
The Hammer,
yeah,
or Top Dog Law,
yeah,
all that. Yeah,
they want you to tune in to hear a McDonald's commercial, a Burger King commercial. They don't sell music. So if your music is not keeping the audience to hear the commercial, how they make their money, they're not gonna play your song. That's what most people don't realize. It's not about a hot song. It's about, are people gonna stay listening to it long enough so they can hear that commercial? They selling 30 second, 15 seconds, and 60-second slots.
So I wouldn't necessarily say advice. I feel like I always be like, what advice do you got for a new artist coming up? But not necessarily that. And this time of what we got going on, I guess I am going to ask a question. What would you recommend a new artist do to get out there?
Consistency.
But how can you, you got consistency, but you're still up against like different people that's paying to do this, or doing this and doing that. How are you going to break through?
You can't pay for nothing no more. You can't pay for, like, just because you got money don't mean you could be successful in these days and times. If that was the case, basketball players that rap, football players that would rap, would have successful rap careers, right? Rich kids that got rich parents. You can't pay for success no more. People got to genuinely like it. It don't matter how many times you play a person's song in the club. If don't nobody like it, they don't like it.
True, but what if you play it so many times? I feel like they said about Sexy Red, bro. They was like, then after a while, like
Sexy Red make jamming songs.
She does. I like it. You know, I'm not gonna say that I don't, but I do feel like
there's 1,000 other girls that make that same kind of music that you ain't never heard. It's your personality too. Sexy Red personality makes you feel like she Beyonce. Glorilla personality makes you feel like she's the nicest person you want to see Glorilla win.
Okay.
So you selling personality too.
So when you come up with the new artist or whatever else, and you like, all right, I won't take that person on per se, you know what I'm saying, to help them flourish, do what they need to. Are you looking at that whole scope? Are you looking like
the whole
he's
scope.
Relatable? You know what I'm saying, he's cool.
Looking at everything. How easy are they to deal with? Are they marketable? The music is the last thing. The music is the last thing that we checking for.
Okay. Another, on TDT, no tell us go blow the horn at us. As my mind is going, one thing that I want to do is give somebody that flowers, not only you, but I want to give AT his flowers.
That's my dog.
I want to really give AT his flowers because for the longest, like, just like we, not necessarily joking, but like, what does AT do? I want you to break down and just give the people a little bit what AT does. And shouts out to YK, because they on the move right now.
If it wasn't for AT, it'd be hard for me to be here.
Come on, man.
He hold me down. He my brother, man. Like, it'd be hard for me to function. It'd be hard for this hitmaker movement to move without AT being a part of it, because he handles a lot of the stuff that I necessarily don't want to handle or don't have time to handle. He deal with it. He's the day-to-day person for me. He's always available. No matter what he got going on, if I need him to do something, he'll do it. Our relationship never been based off money. He's there because he's my brother and he loves me and he want to see me win. Same, I want to see him win. So that's why anything comes up for me, I always make sure that he's first in line to get it.
That's what's up, man. Shouts out AT, man. He been in the game. I remember with B Sims running around, all type of artists, man. Just putting people on. And right now he's currently on tour with DJ YK. And no, excuse me, y'all. Let me know who the young artist is that he's on tour with.
Breezy.
Can you talk about J. Breezy a little bit?
J. Breezy is our lifer. He's been on Hitmaker forever.
Hold up. Hitmaker. Like, when I hear Hitmaker, I hear these songs.
No.
Hitmaker. That's Heatmaker.
No, that's not the same thing.
It's not the same. Okay.
It's Hitmaker and then Hitmaker.
Maker. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So his begin with end with an A.
Okay.
Ours is ER.
All right.
We responsible for YG Marley, Praise Y'all in the Moonlight, Busta Rhymes, Ice Cube. Not currently, not
but
back
these
in the day. They with us now. We got the
Ray
new
J?
girl. Ray J was never on Hitmaker, so like I always did him like as a side project.
Okay.
I worked on Brandy as a side project, Brandy's daughter as a side project. So just because a lot of times you'll see me with somebody not necessarily signed to Hitmaker, it's just these are people that I work with too. Okay.
So right here on TDT, a question that we like to ask, man, because I'm a car guy. We like to ask Lil D, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all know, man, I done seen Lil D around for a minute. I remember pulling up in the Maserati. I done seen him pull up in the Bentley joint. You know what I'm saying? I done seen him pull up in some stuff. I done seen the dude pull up in a mini car, electric joint. You feel what I'm saying?
One of my favorites.
So, but the question that we like to ask, 3 cars. What would be your daily? What would be your old school? And what would be your like foreign?
My daily is the Tesla Model 3.
Okay.
No people gonna be mad at that, but that's my daily.
Feel how you want to feel.
Yeah, that's how feel how you want to feel. I ain't spending no gas. I can ride all day. My old school, I love the Monte Carlo. I love the Monte Carlo.
Okay.
I love the Monte Carlo. I have my second house would be I think it's the Chevelle, the convertible Chevelle. Love those. My foreign, the Lambo truck, the Urus.
The Urus?
Yeah.
Why the Urus?
I just like it. I had one for a while, but I just got too many cars, didn't have nowhere to keep it. So,
man.
Yeah.
So Lil D, you know, he be low. He only pop out when he pop out. You know what I'm saying? So y'all see Lil D, but if you want to let them know where they can catch you at, I just how they can follow you. I just, you know what I'm saying, what you got coming on, man.
Be on the look for Flipper T. Flipper T out here killing it.
You talking about Affirmation?
Affirmation.
You heard it here first.
That she killing it. I'm saying she's one of my favorite people to work with also. You can follow me on King Dorian 12, everything. So, King Dorian across the 12 across the board.
Man, I greatly appreciate you. This TDT show is taking off, man, and I'm greatly excited. Shouts out to Good Vibes Garage. Shouts out to my guy AT. Shouts out to DJ YK, man. All the DJs in the city killing it, doing their thing, and everybody in the music scene that's trying to get into the music scene, man. This is somebody that you probably, you know what I'm saying, if you get in touch with him, I get some of his time, man, you want to take the time and listen. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's going to drop some gems on you, all right?
The best way to get in touch with me, though, is probably know somebody that know me. Sending me a DM or a message, I'm probably not gonna respond. So you gotta get somebody that know me, and get them to get me on the phone, and that'll probably help you out a bit.
It might, man. Right here on TDT, Top Down Talks. Thank you, Dorian, bro.
No, I appreciate you, bro. I'm glad.
It,
like this, I feel like I done made it when I did this. You know what I'm saying? Now you talking about the Breakfast Club? That's how I feel about this.
Man, thank you.
You know
thank you, man. We gonna keep this going. We got more interviews on the way, more stuff to come, more sponsors, all type of different things on the way with the TDT
so
Top Down Talks.
It's gonna be some stickers back here.
Stickers. It's gonna be merch, sunglasses. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody got some sunglasses coming. You need to holler at us. I'm riding around with a white T-shirt on purpose. I got my own merch that you'll be able to get, but I don't mind showing love to somebody else. If you got some merch that you want Z-Nyce to rock or something like that, man, holler at me. Get at me, and we can get this advertising sponsorship package thing going, man. Appreciate it.